Hi, Shane here. You're watching Sam for God, and this is Mark. Check her out.
So hi guys, how are you doing? On the 3rd of June 2014, I went to the cinema to see Maleficent, which is a new Disney film that came out just a few days ago, really, in the UK anyway. And basically, I really liked the film, so I thought I'd just make a little review. Not really a review, just a video just talking about it a little bit because I liked it and I want to talk about it, so maybe you might enjoy it, I don't know. So first of all, Maleficent is obviously a Disney film, and Maleficent herself is a character from Sleeping Beauty, the Disney film that came out many years ago. I haven't watched that film, the cartoon version, in so long. I mean, I used to watch it quite a lot when I was a kid, but I don't really remember it that much. But I obviously do remember that there was a character in that film called Maleficent, which was the villain in that film, and she's very well known. I mean, a lot of people of like hardcore Disney fans seem to always pick Maleficent as one of their favourite villains, so Maleficent as a character, I suppose, has always been quite popular, so I guess it made sense to make a film just about her, and yeah, I was very much looking forward to it before I went to see it, but I didn't have very high expectations, to be honest, because, I don't know, I just kind of, especially after Frozen, and how much I loved that, and how successful that was, I just wasn't sure how well this film was going to be like, but like I said, I loved it, so let's just talk about it. I don't want this video to have any spoilers, so I'm going to try and keep it as vague as possible, but I do still want to get my points across. This film is about Maleficent and how she became a villain. So it's kind of her point of view, which is quite interesting, especially if you're a big fan of Sleeping Beauty. You might really enjoy this because it just kind of shows us how she became to be how she was in the film. So it's like a prequel to Sleeping Beauty. Now that's literally all I'm going to say about the plot because I don't want to ruin it for you, but basically it's about Maleficent and how she grows up to be what she is. And obviously there are also some twists in the film as well. So this film has a lot of great elements about it, but I think the main thing that makes this film so incredible is Angelina Jolie, who plays Maleficent. She is literally perfect in this role. Her performance as Maleficent is just sublime. Because like I said, this is about Maleficent's story and it shows a different side to her in a way. And I think Angelina Jolie was so good at portraying that side, and I mean there are some very subtle scenes in the film where Angelina's character, Maleficent, hardly does anything, like she just stands there, but you can still feel exactly what she's feeling like or what she's thinking just because of what she looks like or how she looks at somebody, and to me that's what great acting is. Like I just don't understand how she's able to do that because just wow, like she really carries this film on her shoulders. I mean, she's just excellent. Her acting is phenomenal in this film. And I couldn't have think of anybody else to play Maleficent. She's just perfect for it. It's a difficult character to play, I think, because yes, she's got her evil sides, but she's also got some kind of hidden soft sides to her that, again, I'm not going to mention too much, but yeah, I mean, the way she played it was just amazing. But I'm going to try and stop gushing about her because otherwise this whole video is just going to be about me going on about how amazing her performance was. Everybody else in the cast was great as well, I thought. I mean, Princess Aurora was played by Elle Fanning, and I thought she was great. She was very sweet and innocent, and she just really looked the part, so that was great. You kind of get to see Aurora grow up as well, so you meet her when she's a child, when she's a baby even. And I thought the baby that played little baby Aurora was so cute. Like, I fell in love with her. I just want a baby now, but just if I can get her as a baby. I mean, I know I'm sounding a bit creepy now, but she was just so cute, and I just loved all the scenes that she was in. There were quite a few scenes between baby Aurora and Maleficent, and for me those scenes were some of my favourites. Because imagine a baby and Maleficent, a villain. Obviously the baby can't talk, and Maleficent's literally just kind of there in the scene with the baby, not really saying anything, but it's still so amazing. Like, you get so much from Angelina's character, Maleficent, because of her amazing acting, and it's just, that was so great. Interesting fact for you, one of the ex-Matildas, one of the ex-original Matildas of the West End in London, Eleanor Worthington Cox, I think her name was, she's in this film. I think she plays one of the young kind of Auroras at some point. So I think that was pretty cool to mention as a theatre fan. I actually saw Eleanor as Matilda a couple of years ago and I thought she was excellent in it, so yeah, that was cool. Another ex-Matilda is in the show, Isabel Molloy, and she plays young Maleficent, and I thought she was, again, excellent. Unfortunately, I never got to see Isabel as Matilda when she was in the show, but she got amazing reviews, and I think she did an amazing job in Maleficent as well. But you could just tell, like, the young Maleficent, it was easy to believe that she was Maleficent's younger version, and that's how Maleficent became to be what she became. I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but yeah, I thought she did a really good job. The three fairies were played by Leslie Manville, Juno Temple, and Imelda Staunton. And I'm a big fan of Imelda Staunton anyway, so I was so happy to see her in this film. I didn't know that she was in it. And she was great. She was so funny. She had some really good moments in the film. Obviously, she's not the highlight because the highlight is Angelina Jolie. I mean, she plays a title role, so obviously she's going to have more like film time and stuff. So yeah, but regardless, I thought all the three fairies were great, and the little banter together was very funny to watch. They had different names though. You know, the fairies had different names. The names of the original kind of fairies in the original Sleeping Beauty film, which I thought was a bit random. Like, I don't understand why they had to change them, but I don't know. It's just names. Who cares? The King Stefan, is played by Sharlto Copley, and I thought he was great. He was very evil. Like, I don't want to give too much away, but he wasn't a very nice man. But his acting was great, and I enjoyed his performance. There's a crow, who's like Maleficent's kind of sidekick, like friend, and he is played by Sam Riley. He was probably one of my favourite characters in the film, actually. I just really enjoyed his character. I thought he worked really well with Maleficent, and they were like a good team, and I don't know, I just thought he did a really good job. And then the last person I'm going to name is Prince Philip, obviously. He was played by Brenton Thwaites, and he's not got much to do in the film, but he was good, and he was also very handsome, so yeah, I liked him. But yeah guys, the film itself, I just thought it was very good, very magical. It just felt very nice, and the pacing I thought was great. I'll be honest, it did kind of start off a little bit kind of slow and weird. It took me a while to get into it basically, but once I did, I absolutely loved it. I didn't go back. The scenery in this film is absolutely beautiful. It is just gorgeous. Everything in that film is just so nice to look at. So for that reason alone, I think this film is great. But also, like, I personally really like the story. I've seen quite a few people complain about it and say that it's just too far away from what they remember of the villain Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty. But I don't understand these complaints. Like, just be a bit open-minded and accept new things. Because yes, the Maleficent that you get to know in this film is quite different to the villain that you know from Sleeping Beauty. But that's what makes it interesting, because you get to learn more about her, and I don't know, I just loved it. I just think it's so interesting to get to know about the villain and realise that she's not actually a villain. I mean, she may be a villain in some ways, but there's so much more to her. Like, it's just so fascinating to learn how someone who's bad becomes bad. In a way, you kind of feel sorry for Maleficent because, again, I don't want to give anything away, but it's her way of coping with something evil that's happened to her. So basically, you follow her journey, and you understand why she becomes evil, even though she doesn't necessarily want to become evil. It's a tough journey that she goes on because, yeah, it's just like there's so much that goes into making her what she is that I just really enjoyed. And I really loved the twist as well. I really loved it. Again, that's something that I've heard quite a few people complaining about because apparently it's too similar to Frozen or whatever. But I thought it was great. I think it's good that Disney are trying to stay away from the typical kind of standard old-fashioned true love stuff that used to happen in every Disney film. And I just thought it was so sweet. The ending was so sweet. In fact, there were loads of sweet moments in the film. I went with a few friends and one of them cried quite a lot of times in the film. That's Rebecca, by the way. She cries easily anyway. But even one of my other friends, like, she got tearful, and even I got quite tearful. So yeah, it's a good film. I think anything that can bring out such emotions from you is a good film. And yeah, I really loved it, and I'm actually going to go and see it again hopefully tomorrow. And I'll definitely buy the DVD when it comes out. I definitely didn't think that I would when I first went to see the film, but no, I love it so much that I can see it myself watching it over and over again. It's just a really good film, and I definitely recommend it. If you're into Disney, go and watch Maleficent. It's amazing. If only for Angelina Jolie's performance as Maleficent, because she is just sublime. And yeah guys, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about this film. I loved it. Like, if I could give it a rating, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. It was just so good. And yeah, it was actually really fun because we went to see the film at the O2, the cinemas at the O2, and I got to go in a cable car for the first time, which was really fun. And there's a bit of a filming that one of my friends did, Rebecca, whilst we were on the cable car, so if you want, go and subscribe to my friend Rebecca Phillips. I'll put the link in the description below, and also here if you want to click on it, the video, just to see a little bit of what we got up to before we went to see the film. And she makes great videos anyway, and I do feature in some of them, so you should definitely subscribe to her, she's great. But yeah guys, that's all I have today. If you've seen Maleficent, let me know in the comments what you thought of the film, and if you haven't, go and see it. I think it's just amazing. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!